Jolt. Use the word jolt to describe a sudden, quick movement. When the train came to a sudden stop, the passengers jolted forward. The sound of gunfire sent a jolt through the neighborhood. I could feel small jolts of movement beneath my feet during the earthquake. The crisis jolted lawmakers into taking legislative action. The announcement of their divorce jolted everyone in the family. We also use the word jolt when describing electricity. John could feel a jolt of electricity from the wire when he touched it with his finger. Jolts of lightning in the distance mean that a storm is coming this way. Once jolted with electric current, Frankenstein came to life. Journal. The word journal can be used to describe something that you read or something that you keep. He's writing in his journal. He's journaling. He keeps a journal in which he writes about his daily activities. Many large organizations in the United States publish journals that feature essays from well-respected contributors. The Wall Street Journal is a newspaper that focuses on news related to business. As a teacher, I encourage my students to keep a journal. They write about daily activities and record the dates for each entry. This helps students practice writing and self-expression. It doesn't matter which topics are written about. The most important thing is that a person writes consistently, perhaps even daily, about anything. Writing helps to exercise the mind. Journey. A journey is a long trip, a long period of time, or both. This word is often used as a noun. The journey to the United States is long and difficult for many people who immigrate. A journey to Mars and back would take over a year to complete. The children went to a summer camp a few hours away and for only a week, but for them it seemed like a great journey. How long was the journey? I'd love to take a long journey through China someday. Let's go on a long journey somewhere. Life is a journey, regardless of how far you travel. You can also use journey as a verb. The travelers who journeyed through Australia had many interesting stories to tell. The hikers planned to journey through several mountainous areas. We journeyed down the Mississippi on a riverboat. Joy. The word joy means happiness or pleasure. A person feels good when experiencing joy. People's hearts are filled with joy during the holiday season. Expressions of joy spread over the faces of the children as they opened their presents. Patients on a hospital diet miss the joy of eating regular food. The joy of cooking comes from providing delicious and healthy food to family and friends. What a joy it was to see everyone getting along at the party. The young man could not hide the joy he felt upon hearing that he got the job he wanted. The word joy is often found within words that express happiness. A joyful group of children sang songs as they rode on the bus. They joyfully sang songs. Overjoyed by the support of coworkers, friends, and neighbors who donated money for her cancer treatments, Kristen began to cry. Christmas is a joy-filled holiday. We enjoy going to Quebec on vacation. Judge. A judge is a person who presides over a trial in a court of law. Judges make sure that the laws are followed and try to ensure fairness. A judge can also be a person who decides on the quality of a thing or the ability of a competitor who has entered a contest. Any ordinary person can say he or she is a judge of something. The word judge is often used as a verb. The simple form is judge. The past tense is judged. The past participle is judged. Consumers judge the quality of a product after they purchase it. Parents judge the behavior of their children. We need all the necessary information possible to properly judge something. The house was judged to be too dangerous for human occupation, so it was torn down. A driver who misjudges road conditions can get into an accident. There are a few popular expressions that use the word judge. I'll be the judge of that. Let me be the judge. Who am I to judge? You can't judge a book by its cover. The word judgment is used when talking about the process or the result of judging something. He has a bad sense of judgment. The woman's judgment was questioned following the accident. A judgment on the merits of the case followed the presentation of facts by lawyers on both sides. It's not fair to sit in judgment of a person whose circumstances are unknown to you. Gertrude believes that Judgment Day is near. Juggle. Juggling is a physical skill that has to be learned and practiced. It usually involves several objects that are thrown into the air simultaneously and then caught. They're juggling with batons. They know how to juggle. Have you ever tried juggling? There are some other ways to use juggle as a verb. When a person is very busy, or when someone tries to do many things all at one time, you can use the verb juggle. Jeff is juggling 3 jobs right now. Victoria is trying to juggle a career, a family, and an interest in politics. The football player juggled the ball a little before finally catching it. Juice. Juice results from pressing or crushing plants, fruit, or any substance that contains liquid. There are many different kinds of juice. Grape juice is made by crushing grapes. Orange juice is made from squeezed oranges. Apple juice comes from apples that are blended and pressed. Ralph likes to drink grape juice because it's so tart. Gloria likes to make fresh lemonade with real lemon juice. Wine and other alcoholic beverages come from juice that has been allowed to ferment. The word juicy is an adjective. The oranges I got from the store weren't very juicy. They were kind of dry. Blueberries are plump and juicy when they are in season. Charles likes to order a juicy steak every once in a while when he goes out to eat. We also use the word juice when talking about energy from gasoline, electricity, or some other source. My cell phone is low on juice. To make your car go faster, step on the accelerator to give it more juice. Coffee is the juice that gets me going in the morning. Sometimes the phrase juice up is used to describe something that is made more powerful. Jerry got all juiced up on a wheatgrass drink, claiming it made him healthier. My neighbor juiced up a small Toyota Corolla with a turbocharged engine. Jump. When a person jumps, both feet are lifted up into the air, and for a very brief period of time, the entire body is airborne. Eventually, a person who jumps lands on something. Kids like to run and jump. Kangaroos are good at jumping. Athletes who play football, baseball, or basketball naturally know how to jump. There are a few other meanings for this word when it's used as a verb. When I saw the sale price for the car, I jumped on it. She jumped to a conclusion too quickly when she saw her boyfriend with another girl. Dan jumped into the stock market at just the right time and made a lot of money. A man got jumped in an alley and all of his money was stolen. You can also use jump as a noun. My car needs a jump. We need to get a jump on the competition. There was a jump in interest rates last week. Jungle. A jungle is a place where animals live. It's an area densely packed with trees and many animals. People don't normally live in the jungle. Jungles are found in warm or tropical areas of Earth, near the equator, but not in cold northern climates. Many different wild animals live in the jungle. The native habitat for chimpanzees is the jungle. There are a lot of snakes in the jungle. Zoos try to duplicate life in the jungle for the animals that they keep, but it's never the same as the real thing. My backyard looks like a jungle in the summer. We use the word jungle when describing situations that are difficult or dangerous. The corporate jungle is a tough place to make a living. Parks provide a sanctuary from the concrete jungle of cities like Chicago and New York. Be careful, it's a jungle out there. When I was a kid, I enjoyed climbing on the jungle gym. Nowadays, few playgrounds have them because they're a little dangerous. Junk. We use the word junk for things that have very little value or things that are worthless. That car is a piece of junk. We have a lot of junk in our house that we need to throw out. Bill bought a cheap computer that turned out to be junk. She has a lot of junk in her apartment. The adjective form is junky. This is kind of a junky car. He works on a junky computer. That old lamp is really junky. Let's get rid of it. When you use the word junk in front of food, it becomes junk food. This is food that has very little nutritional value. Candy, cookies, chips, donuts, etc. Danielle is overweight because she eats a lot of junk food. I like the taste of junk food, but it's not healthy. Many people say that fast food is junk food. Jury. A jury is a group of citizens who listen to facts presented in a trial and make a decision regarding a person's guilt or innocence. Anyone who is an American citizen can serve on a jury in the United States. A trial by a jury of one's peers usually results in good decisions. The jury system in the United States is not foolproof. Mistakes can be made. If you receive a notice in the mail stating that you've been chosen for jury duty, you must go. Choosing not to show up for jury duty is a punishable offense. Jury duty begins with participation in a jury pool. A jury pool is a large group of potential jurors. Lawyers talk directly to the jury. Judges give the jury advice regarding the decision-making process. A person who is chosen to show up for jury duty is called a juror. If you are chosen to be a juror, you will have the privilege to witness firsthand how the legal system works in the United States. Jurors may serve on a jury for up to 2 weeks, depending on the complexity of the case being decided. Jurors are chosen from a jury pool. Just. The word just can be an adverb or an adjective. As an adverb, it means recent or not very long ago. The movie just started. The plane just left. She just turned 18. I just got here a few minutes ago. You can also use just as an adverb to mean that something is not difficult or that a request is reasonable. Just turn the handle to open the door. You just need to push that button for it to work. He just needs to do his homework and he'll get good grades. If you just try, you'll be successful. I just want you to help me this one time. Another use for just is to describe a small amount. There's just a little snow left on the ground. Just put a little cream in my coffee, please. He can't speak yet. He's just a baby. If you use just as an adjective, the meaning and the use of the word is very different from its use as an adverb. In this case, just means that something is morally correct or fair. The punishment they received for stealing a car was just. The outcome of the trial wasn't just. The jurors were biased against the defendant. The judicial system in the United States is based on fair and just laws. The noun form of this word is justice. The people who were injured by the product sought justice in a court of law. The protesters demanded social justice on behalf of the people who lost their homes. There are 9 U.S. Supreme Court justices who interpret the laws of the land. Justice. The word justice is similar to the word fairness. Justice is usually provided by some sort of legal framework or agreement among members of a society. People get, hope for, need, want, seek, cry out for, and pray for justice. Robert is seeking justice through the legal system. The people affected by the oil spill were denied justice. In some parts of the world, there's very little justice available to people who are poor. Family members of the victim are hoping for justice. Following the attack on the village, there were cries for justice. Some people try to find justice through the use of weapons, but that's not justice. That's revenge. Juvenile. The word juvenile can be used as an adjective or as a noun when describing a person who is a child or a teenager, anyone who's under the age of 18. This word is commonly used in formal settings, such as a hospital or a court of law. The police arrested 2 female juveniles who were caught breaking into a store. They were placed in juvenile detention. Children under the age of 18 are usually tried in a juvenile court. The doctor operated on a juvenile patient. Juvenile diabetes is a serious problem in the United States. Sometimes the word juvenile is used to describe childish behavior for children and adults. That's so juvenile. There's way too much inappropriate and juvenile behavior in that office. Our class has a lot of juvenile delinquents in it. Her juvenile attitude is what gets her into trouble.
Your friends all say